What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to talk to you about T2. There's some pretty interesting activity happening after hours. I want to talk on what is potentially causing that, go over some of the data points from today and what shorts did. Before I get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. So after hours, it is currently up 9.42%. It did have a quick spike to around 21.5 cents. As far as the trading day, it did close 1.44% in the red, a little bit low for volume. So 96.27 million shares being traded, 113.48 is the average. Only one transaction occurring on the secondary market over $100,000. And it does look like a buy, and it did happen after hours. So most likely that is what kind of kicked off all of this. As far as dark pool transactions, there was no transactions today over $100,000. Dark pools linked to shorting, so I'll give you a quick overview of what they are doing. So short score is currently 80, utilization is 92.02%. Shorts did return 277.03 thousand shares, 14.62% of the free float is being shorted, and 44.02 million shares overall are being shorted. But if you do have any questions about any of this information I have said, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I know I kind of go over things relatively fast, but cost to borrow average is, in comparison to yesterday, a little bit lower, so 50.43%. But once again, I know a lot of people don't want it to squeeze or anything like that. So once again, just kind of letting you know about this. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. You guys always do your own due diligence. As far as options activity today, the overall premiums were very, very low compared to the volume, at least for the overall trading volume. So 4,800 in calls versus 604 in puts. So based on this information, people are anticipating for it to go up. And just quickly going back over here, for shorts to actually return on a red day, it does signal that they feel it's also an overreaction, and that it should go up. So you kind of have two bullish somewhat data points that is coming out today, but generally from today there was no news whatsoever. For SEC filings there was two. So there was one that did come out after hours today, and similar to yesterday, and ultimately on the 26th, and many others I've already covered, all of which are linked to CR Group LP. So they did sell on the 25th. They also sold on the 26th, all transaction code S, which does show that it was a straight up sale. So not for tax purposes, nothing else. It was just them selling. As of right now, it's still speculation on why they are selling. And some are saying that it's associated to essentially a lot of the articles that are coming out saying that T2 doesn't have the liquidity to actually push out this product to the market. But over and above that though, there is another rumor saying that CR Group potentially did get the, distribution plan for this product. Maybe they are not happy with that. I don't know. That's something that I have been saying over the last several videos that the company does need to come out with. And that is, as far as a price point, the marketing plan, what's their plan for distribution. So maybe CR Group, being the largest holder for T2 or in T2, maybe they just got that in advance. I'm not really sure, but it does indicate that there is roughly only around 1 million shares left. So there is probably going to be another Form 4 coming out tomorrow for them just selling out the remaining 1 million shares, which I guess at this stage in the game, good riddance if you want to call it that. And as I showed you last video, it did look like right here, CR Group did have a pretty substantial position in T2. So they did have roughly around 40.59 million shares, total value about 8.22 million, which did work out to be about 12.17% of the overall portfolio and outstanding shares. So that has gone down quite a lot. But getting right to it, as far as what I feel is causing it to go up after hours is more so this, which again, just for transparency purposes, does not actually name T2, just based on the wording and what is kind of being said. I think it's logical to assume it is T2, as you can kind of see right here. But it does say, beginning this fall, hospitals should be at risk of losing funding if they do not meet certain benchmarks for sepsis care due to a Biden administration rule proposed in August. With the aim of reducing sepsis-caused death, which naturally sits around 270,000 per year, the new rule requires that hospitals perform blood tests on suspected sepsis patients quickly in the hopes of identifying any abnormalities that signal a sepsis infection, which kind of meets this new criteria of this new revolutionary product. So definitely I think it is fair to assume that maybe they are talking about T2, but again, it doesn't list it, so this is why it's going up a little bit and down, so it's all over the place. But I still do feel that based on the latest Morningstar report, it does show right over here that it is at least based on the assets, the fair market value is around 42 cents. So given that we are currently at 19 cents, it can be perceived as a pretty substantial discount. So let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments below. What is your take on this news? Do you think that this is associated to T2 or not? What's your kind of take on all this? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And one final thing, there's only a couple days left to take advantage of this. Just sign up for an account with Moomoo, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000, and this is only up until September the 30th. So like I said, a couple days left. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, I appreciate all of you watching, and let's all make a ton of money on T2.